Party people, without further ado, here we are. Welcome to another episode of Voice of the Valley. And remember, don't just dream, inspire. Don't just imagine, create. And just don't believe, achieve. That's the way it goes down right here on Finally TV every time, all day. And today, boy, do I have a goodie for you. If you don't know who this gentleman is sitting across from me, you about to learn today, like I said on the post. Shout out to everybody that's watching over from Instagram that I told to come over here, and everybody on Facebook that came over to YouTube. But today, I have none other than DJ Static in the building. How are you, sir?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, brother.
Thanks for having me here.
Oh, man, my pleasure, my pleasure. And the people are going to learn today exactly why it is my pleasure that you're on the show. So I thank you for blessing us and coming through, man. I really do.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, man. Just to put maybe a little context for you guys. I get a phone call, okay? DJ Static, boom. What's up, man? Oh, what's going on? I might be coming through a little early. Yo, hold on. Let me call you right back, okay? Right? He calls me back and he's like, oh, my bad. That was Redman I had to talk to. So that's the type of individual I have in my in my show today, is somebody who puts me on hold for Redman. So let's talk a little bit, and because I really want the people to understand, you know, who you are, what you're all about, you know, and how they can get with the movement, basically, okay? So I want them to get to know you a little bit. So let's talk a little bit about, you know, right now you're local to the area, right? You're relatively close to me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm not far.
How did that end up? Because where were you born and how'd you end up over here, man? Tell the people.
Well, I'm originally from Bronx, New York.
Okay.
And, you know, I've been living there for almost all my life.
Okay.
And so I just decided just to move up here. Because it's just different. I just wanted to just move up here.
Yeah,
You know, just to be away from the city. Because after being there for so long, it's like, okay, this is enough for me. So, you know, I need a different change, a pace of change.
Yeah,
you know
change of pace. Yeah.
So, so coming up here was actually a better decision for me.
Got you. Okay. And, you know, the Bronx not too far away. Shout out to all my Bronx heads out there. You know, Yankee Stadium all day long.
Yeah,
you a Yankee fan?
Yes, Yankees all day.
That's
Yankees
what's up.
Yeah.
So usually I ask the guests why they're here today, but I'm going to tell the people why you're here today. I got to meet you at Producer Synergy,
Right.
over at Drumline Studio. Shout out Drawzilla.
Shout out Drawzilla.
Yeah, man, that's the homie right there. He's got a Producer Synergy going on tomorrow.
Yeah, I probably will stop by there.
Oh, you will? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll stop by.
I wish I could, man. I was actually going to do coverage again, but I ended up having to work, so I can't go to this one, so I have to sit this one out. But shout out Drawzilla. But I had interviewed you once briefly at the Synergy, and we talked a little bit about some of your accolades and things that you were working on at the time. And I didn't know, and I got put on at that time, like how accomplished you are and the things that you have done. And in my head, I said instantly, this dude is cool, and I got to get him on the show. So that's why you're here today, because you are producer extraordinaire on the hip-hop side, and I really appreciate the sound. And we might even play something for people right off the speaker here in a little bit. But, you know, let's tell the people a little bit about this passion that you have for making music, because it's definitely passionate. When I hear your music, it's deep, it's soulful. You know, there's a lot of old school influence with like a new wave in there, kind of, you know.
It's kind of like bridging the gap of the two worlds.
It really is, man. And that's kind of how I explained it in the description. So let's talk a little bit about that. When did you start making beats?
1996.
Wow. Okay. And when did you start making them on?
MPC 3000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We got the 2000 XL, the little brother over
Yes,
there.
actually, I do have one of those. I actually got one in blue that's just sitting in the studio, and I, you know, from time to time, I usually like put some disc in there and play some joints.
Yeah, it's a unique sound, those MPCs, man. You know, very unique. Now, are you still using an MPC?
Not as much.
Okay.
Not as much, but I mean, it's like riding a bike, you know.
Sure.
Once you used it once, you know.
Yeah. So 96, you picked up an MPC 3000. You started making things. You're in the boogie down Bronx, though.
Right.
You know, so who's around you at this time while you're making these beats and you're trying to show people what's up?
Actually, so I went to Cardinal Hayes High School. So actually, it's funny. There was a guy named Gabriel who actually had the 3000.
Okay.
So shout out to Gabe.
Yep.
So I used to always go to his crib. He lived in Washington Heights.
Yep.
And we went over there. I used to go there from like 9 in the morning and leave like 10 o'clock at night. So I was just watching him make beats on the 3000.
Yep.
And from then on, I was just like, yo, you know what, I got to get one of these things. You know what I'm saying? So, but I started prior to that. I started DJing in '92.
Got you.
So like, I always wanted to have something I created on wax. That's always been like one of my dreams. So hooking up with Gabe, also my boy Steve, my boy Nestor, we was really into it. Like we studied Ali Shaheed Muhammad, Pete Rock, Premier, JD.
Yeah, man.
A lot of the greats that's out now.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the most part.
Yeah.
So you know, from then on, you know, when the 2000 came out, it was a little cheaper back then.
Yeah.
You know, so we all went out and got 2000s, and then we just took it from there.
Got you. Got you. And nowadays, what have you shifted over to as far as making productions and stuff?
It depends. I use a lot of.
Do you?
Yeah, like one time I'll be in Reason, then I'll go to Ableton.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I sometimes do stuff in Pro Tools.
Okay.
I mean, you know,
Reluctantly saying so.
yeah, you know what I mean? But and also I've used stuff like the MPC Renaissance Studio. I started lately going to the Serato Studio. There's a new door that's actually coming out by Serato.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's like no matter what situation you put me in, no matter what door you put in front of me, I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah, it seems like it. So you seem like, and I guess you kind of have to be in this day and age, but needless to say, you seem very tech savvy. Like you're able just to seamlessly go from program to program, tool to tool. Has that always been something strong for you, or is that something you developed over time?
Nah, it's been strong for me because I feel that everything, all the terminology is all the same.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So, you know, with that being said, it's like, okay, cool, the language is the same, so it's just different. It's like basically like a car, you know, you got the BMW, you got Mercedes, they all do the same thing, they just have different features of what they do.
Got
you. Know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So, but for me, I've always liked to push the envelope, you know, like I always like to think different from what's going on.
Yeah.
So that way, it's like, you know, when you hear what I have to bring, it's totally going to be like in a different world. Like, it's like, what makes you think of that, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm always wanting to push the envelope for the most part.
Got you. Not to stray too far off topic, but you had mentioned a year, and now I'm just realizing something. You started DJing in '92. Your hat is 1992. Is that on purpose, brother? Or what we got going on?
Nah. 92 was a special year because I graduated out of junior high school, and that's when I got into, I went to Cardinal Hayes.
Okay.
So from there, like, I was trying to get into a band because I used to play for a band in my junior high school days. Like I used to play violin, electric bass. So then when I tried to go into the band in Cardinal Hayes, they just didn't accept me. So I started taking art, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna just pick up DJing because I saw my cousin DJ.
Gotcha.
So ever since then, I've just been after school.
Yeah.
Doing my homework in class.
Yeah.
I go to his crib and I would practice till like 9, 10 o'clock and go home.
Got you. And now, do you still have a passion for actually just DJing, or is it mainly production now?
It's both, and it's hard to keep a balance, but I like both.
Okay. Now, as a DJ, are you going out and getting gigs and doing things like that, or are you DJing for like performers?
Most of the time, I DJ for performers.
Okay.
Currently now, I DJ for Immortal Technique.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Got you.
And the Rebel Arm, shout out to them.
Yep.
And before that, my first break for me DJing for somebody was Breeze Ever Flowing. Actually, the first
Breeze Ever Flowing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, he's like, honestly, he's one of the reasons why you hear of me now because, you know, he was the one that gave me the chance to like do some off my records.
Got you.
Off the beats I made. So. I mean, we're talking about like beat tape days. Like I would just meet him at the park and then give him a tape. And,
yeah,
you know,
Breeze Ever Flowing, man. I know him because of the Battle World.
Yes,
you know what I mean. That's
yes.
how I know him, and he was early.
Yes.
He was early with it. He was one of the early. He was, you know, names are escaping me right now because I'm a little starstruck. But you know, there was some fire MCs back then that were doing their thing, and you know, Breeze started coming up,
right?
And he ended up on some DVDs and some like the World Rap Championships. I think he was part of some in there.
Yeah.
He was a part of something, and that's where I saw him. So that's dope. Okay, and then you say you're currently DJing for Immortal Technique.
Yeah, he's been in the game in a while too.
Yeah,
so
man.
We was all in the same like crew. It was a crew called Stronghold, so it was like a bunch of us, and then you know, after a while, you know, everybody do their own thing. So,
yeah.
So you know, some of us stuck together, and you know, from there, you know, one time Tech gave me a call. Was like, if if I wanted to DJ for him, you know, go on tour. I said,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll do it. You know?
Why
and
not?
And ever since then, it's been great. I
Yeah.
mean, you would have asked me, you know, in social studies class that I'll be visiting all these countries and shit. I would have never believed you, but
right.
you know.
No, that's dope though. Shout out Immortal Technique and all the MCs from that era, man, because that's kind of like my era. That's like when
Yeah.
I was really paying attention and I was into it and I was rapping, and the Immortal Techniques of the world, the people that you looked at like, man, I wonder if I could, you know, go round for round with him for a couple, you know what I mean? Because he was just so nice, you know?
Yeah.
He made you think about, like, am I that nice? You know what I mean? Like, maybe pen my best stuff right here, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's definitely cool, man. It's glad to see that you still working and staying busy with all this stuff. So back to production and doing your thing and being able to, you know, produce on all these different platforms and make it sound the way you do. What's your take when you're doing your productions? Like, everybody has a different, you know, routine that they go to. They might lay down their hi-hats first. They might find the right snare, or they might look for the sample first and build everything around that without giving away the whole recipe and the key. What are some of the things that you're doing when you're getting ready to make some of this stuff?
I just listen to anything.
Okay.
I mean, it just starts with a thought, especially if you're creating something non-sample based. It's all here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It comes here.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically from here, you just basically write it out or you just play it out.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, from there, you add stuff in there. You know, it's like cooking. You
Yeah.
know, you cooking, you know.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
like, hey, I want to make a nice juicy steak. I
Yeah.
want to put these flavors in,
Yeah.
you know.
Absolutely. So
But-
that's how you're looking at it.
Right, but sampling wise though, when it comes to sample, I have to hear the sample. Sometimes I got to hear the whole song. Sometimes I would have the sample in mind and not mess with it for like probably like 3-4 months, and then one day
Got you.
I already know how to like break it up and, you know, do different things with it.
Got you.
Yeah.
Like for me, I would find a sample I like or a sound that I like, kind of chop it. You know, all my producers out there know what chop it means.
Yeah.
And then I would like spread it out across the 16 keys.
Yes.
You know, and try to play something.
Different. Yeah.
You know, that was always. I try to do that first, and that shout out to Monster, my boy Monster up in Poughkeepsie. He's the one that had his MPC 3000 that I was watching all the time.
Oh, nice. So it's like the same. Like,
Same thing.
You're right.
Except you took it way farther than I did. Mine's still sitting over there with a little dust on it. His joints is all.
But it's in good condition.
It is very good condition.
Very pristine.
One or two sticky buttons, you know, but
You
it
got
happens.
You got the effects card in that one too, or?
I got nope, and guess what? I don't have the 8 outs either.
I mean, you don't really need the 8 outs,
Yeah.
but you know.
I got yelled at for not having the 8 outs the other day. By
I didn't have
DJ
8 outs.
Tech One.
Yeah, I never had the 8 outs in my MP.
No.
Now I do. The blue one I do, but
Yeah.
I rarely use it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what's up. It's a pleasure talking with you so far, man. I got to tell you. So, when did it happen for you when you said to yourself, okay, I could really start putting together like a career with this whole thing? Did that gradually happen for you? Or like, were you working a 9 to 5? Do you work a 9 to 5? Like, what's the deal with DJ Static?
Sir, I still work at a 3 to 11. But
Okay, yeah. We all know the 3 to 11 shit.
But, you know, for me, every time I make a beat, like, it's just a fight for me to go away from corporate America. As we, you know, because we already know what corporate America is all about.
Yes, sir.
So, with that being said, it's like, even like, for me, I love it. You know what I'm saying? It's been part of me since day one. You know what I mean? So it's like, you can't tell me that I can't put something together musically because this is what I do.
Right.
I've came up with people that were more talented than I was, but the thing was the drive wasn't there for them.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And that's important.
Yes.
The drive, the focus.
It's everything, really.
Yeah, it's very important.
Yeah,
It's very important to try to remain focused
Mm-hmm.
as far as like your craft.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
and it took me years. You know, I mean, I wasn't always nice. You know what
Right,
I'm saying? And
right.
you're gonna have your days that it will take 4 whack beats to get to your one great one.
Right.
You know what I'm
right,
saying? But
right.
you know, everything, and I always say everything is all trial and error for the most part. You know.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And to hear you say that, you know, you're coming from a very humble place saying all that. And I think that people get it confused sometimes, and they think that, oh, you know, he's going on tour, he's visiting all these countries, he's got, you know, that's what he's doing. That's why his production's so great, because that's all he does. Not realizing, bro, there's a big time grind behind me. You know what I mean?
It is.
You know, so I commend you on that, and I think it's dope. I salute anybody that's doing stuff like that, and especially you. You know, because I know him. You know, so.
Right.
Let's talk a little bit about stuff that's out there. And I'm actually going to, while you're telling me about it, I'm going to start looking for some things. So don't think I'm not paying attention to you.
Here you go.
You know? But let's talk about a couple of things as far as materializing this dream of yours and getting away, you know, from corporate America. You know, let's just shout you out. Let you pump your chest up a little bit. Like, tell these people, like, who you've worked with, maybe some credits that you got. Like, let these people know how busy you've been and who you've worked with.
Oh man,
let them know. Tell them right. Let's
begin. I mean, listen, I've worked with Black Moon, Keras One,
legends.
Gosh, like even underground artists like Wordsworth.
Okay.
Yeah, Wordsworth. I've worked with the Baha Men.
Okay.
I've worked with Governor. He was a artist of T.I.'s. I've even worked with Disturbing the Peace when 2 Chainz was Titty Boy.
Get out! Get out!
Yeah, I can't even find that song for the life of me. Like I have to find that song. But I've worked with Stat Quo.
These are all
Rod Digger.
These are all great MCs that you're talking about. It's like, are you picky? Like,
am I picky? I mean, listen, I feel like, you know, when you have a certain ear that attracts people to your sound, like it just comes natural. Like you just want to invite people to you. You know what I'm saying?
And what I'm getting at is that everybody you named are lyricists.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Where, you know, and even an old beat up MC like myself, you know what I'm saying? Those are people that I looked at. You know, and look for inspiration from, and like would peep how they were writing it and how they were penning their lyrics and how they were delivering it. All the people you've mentioned fit that mold. Right. So it's interesting to me that, you know, you haven't had any nonsense like just regular old rappers that you named. You name people that are like the people. So like, let's keep going with that. What are some of your favorite collaborations that you've had?
I mean, there's some now.
We're gonna talk about new stuff. Don't y'all worry.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. Actually, one of my favorites was actually Trinity 5-7.
Okay.
They were a gospel group that was signed to Matthew Knowles, and Solange wrote the record. Okay. And I did the production on it, and I didn't even believe that whole shit was real. like. True story. Like I got a phone call, and I'm actually making a beat, and I get a phone call like, from Matthew Knowles. It was like, "Hey, what's up? See, this DJ Static." I was like, "Yes, who is this?" I was like, "This is Matthew Knowles." And I was like, "Oh yeah, all right, whatever."
Yeah, right.
It's like, "Yeah, you know, you got a big song with a Trinity 5-7 and blah blah blah." You know, so I'm thinking someone's pulling a prank on me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? All right, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
I hang up the phone. So the next thing you know, I hang up the phone. I get a call again. So now it's like the manager, like the guy who runs like the business aspect of it. He's like, yeah, you know, we want to fly you down to Houston to like get the record mixed and everything like that. I was like, wait up, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's like, there's a record that you did with Trinity 5-7. Was you not aware of it? I was like, no.
Right.
It's like, all right.
Yeah.
I was like, can you send me the record?
Yeah.
So they sent me the record, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, yo.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, so then I had to think back, like, damn, who did I give this beat to for them to submit it? And I thought about this guy named Omar Grant. Shout out to Omar Grant. And because of that's how that situation happened.
Got you.
You know what I mean? So it's fun because, you know, I always get people like, listen, I made a lot of beats.
Yeah.
I've lost a lot of beats too. But I had people like come by the crib and like get a 50 beat CD. Like I used to make beat CDs, it was like 50 beats.
Sure.
And then like they was probably bootlegging my shit because there was random people come up to like, yo, this is a joint that you did on this beat CD. I'm like, yo, how did you get the beat CD? Like, yo, my man's did the dub. I was like, oh, here we go. So yeah, a lot of people they know of my beats and whatnot for the most part. So they probably got around to where it got to certain people, and that's how it happened.
You got to. Well, that's part of networking, right?
Right.
I mean, just that's early networking,
Right.
really, putting together a beat disc like that and just putting it out there, because there's no way for you to stop them from copying it. So it's networking, even though you don't want it to happen.
Yeah, I mean, you take a chance out there, like
Yeah.
you got this whole copyright thing and
Yeah.
everything, but at the end of the day, you got to take chances.
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
I think I agree with that. Let's talk a little bit. I found a couple of things. You had a joint recently where a gentleman was singing on it, though. He wasn't rapping on it.
Oh, you mean Edson Sean?
Yes.
Yes. Shout out to Edson Sean. Actually, we're gonna be doing a lot of things together, but that brother right there is very talented, and shout out to him. Go follow him, and
This joint, right?
yeah, that's
This,
it.
bro, let's let them hear this. Hold on. That is so fire, bro. Bro, come on, man.
Actually, the video is actually supposed to be dropping in 7 minutes. Or
At-
6 minutes.
At
actually.
noon? At noon.
At noon. It's
Where's
supposed
it
to be-
dropping at?
It should be on actually I think he's gonna post a link up on his bio.
Okay.
But it should be on YouTube.
Everywhere?
Yeah, everywhere for the most
And
part.
what are they looking for? Love Me Still?
Love Me Still by Edson Sean.
Got you.
Yes.
Got you.
So once again, shout out to Edson Sean and shout out to everybody who's been like digging the record, reposting it.
Yeah, man.
Really appreciate the love.
Yeah, man. It's fire. Nobody can say that's not a fire record. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah, like I said, it's different. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's
man.
like a breath of fresh air.
It really
to me,
is.
To
Your
me.
production on that, man, it's really crisp on that, and I feel like he did a really good job of his laying in the cut on that one. He's not trying
Facts.
to overpower it.
Right.
He's just trying to vibe with it.
Right.
And it's like they work together. I think he did a great job with that.
Yeah. Yo, he's a dope artist, and he also he's just a talented individual.
Yeah,
he's
really
like
is.
he does it all. He plays guitar and. He does like these live shows or whatnot, and if you saw the art that he did, he
Yeah.
made that art too
Oh,
as
wow,
well
okay.
to go with
Yep.
the song. So shout out to him. I really appreciate him, and and even believing in like writing to the song,
Mm-hmm.
because I get people that get intimidated because sometimes my sound could be so big.
It is big. It's
You know
pretty
what I mean?
epic.
Right.
Yeah, man.
So like sometimes some people get drawn away. Like they'll like it.
Mm-hmm.
They'll like it. But like they'll just don't know where to go with it. You know what I
Got
mean?
you.
So it just takes a special
They don't want to mess it up.
that too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when listening to music and shout out Blackout, my partner, we do the what we talking about podcast every Tuesday, and we do something called 3 the Hard Way.
Okay.
Where we take 3 songs and we give it our honest, unadulterated opinion.
Mm-hmm.
No malice, no nothing, just straight. This is what I think about this.
Right.
And I say on there that a lot of the songs we listen to, the beat, like I like the beat.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes on, I'm like, okay, I could vibe with this, and then it gets messed up when the vocals come in.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, like Blackout even says, he'll say, sometimes in my head I'm thinking they're probably gonna come like this on this one, and then they do,
Right.
and it ruins it
Ruins
for me.
it, yeah.
And that's his thought on it.
Right.
And how do you feel about that? Like, you gotta have that ear, like you were just saying, to know, like, okay, I know the production's dope. Now, what he's laying down, you feel comfortable, like, as a listener, just going, that's it, or that's not it, or you going to other people, oh, listen to this.
A little bit of both, but I mean it starts with me first.
Sure.
You know what I'm
If you
saying?
like it, you'll say.
Yeah. If not, I'm not gonna waste other people's ears and time just to like decide if they like it or not.
Got you.
But
Has there been a time where you didn't like something, but people were going crazy for it? Or you feel like you got a good filter?
I'm trying to think of one. I know there's one out there.
There's got to be, because all you dope
Okay, maybe.
producers-
All right, maybe. Okay, I'll put it like this.
Yeah.
There was a song that I did with Rakim.
Okay.
It's called "It's Nothing," right? First off, it was funny because a lot of people thought Just Blaze did the beat, but
Okay.
that wasn't the case. It don't even sound like Just Blaze to me.
Right,
But
right.
anyhow,
Right.
shout out to Just Blaze. But my thing was the mix was horrible. I wasn't a fan of the mix, and I felt like, yeah, I got paid for it, but I would have liked to have been there for the mix. Because for me, it's more about the experience.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Just the experience of being there when the record's mixed,
Right.
being there for even when it's recorded. Sometimes after a while, you get tone deaf from hearing people fuck up so many
Yeah,
times.
yeah,
probably,
yeah, yeah.
But it's just to have that studio experience, for the most part, is really important to me.
Got you.
You know?
Got you. I'm just checking out the live, just making sure everything's looking good. Looks like it's going good to me. And we got the counting going. This is all good. Gravy. So yeah. Okay, we good. We good on time and everything.
Good.
All right, so let's talk a little bit. We talked about favorite collabs. Is there somebody, before we get on to what you're doing right now, is there somebody who you want to work with in the future that you just haven't been able to get a hold of yet? I'm sure there's a bunch, but is there like a couple that you're like, I want to get with these two, but I just haven't had the chance?
Well, it's not that having a chance, but it's just basically working hard enough for them to recognize you.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
how I look at it.
Got you.
But definitely J. Cole,
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar.
I mean, those are two heavy hitters right there. And
Yeah.
again, lyricists.
I mean, I ain't gonna front. One of my, God, R.I.P. Sean Price, but
Sure,
he was one of the guys that I wanted to work with, and I actually had a chance to work with him.
Okay.
And just when we did start working, he passed away. So shout out to him and his family.
Yes.
But he was definitely on top. But I will also say Redman as well. Like I wanted to work with him, and that's happened.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you got to seize that opportunity and run with it.
Sure. Sure.
So, so Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, I don't know, Anderson .Paak.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I would love to work with Anderson
Yeah.
.Paak.
That could be pretty epic with y'all.
Yeah, I would love to. I mean, he's definitely dope.
Yeah, man.
There's a few out there that I can't think of right now.
Yeah, sure.
But,
No, I just wanted to get who was bubbling at the top. But J. Cole, Kendrick, Anderson .Paak, those are three people who I think lyricists look at and see what.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it has some type of substance, I'm all for that. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. How'd you feel about the latest release? Father of Assad, DJ Khaled. Did you get a chance to listen to that yet?
a few joints.
Yeah.
A few joints.
Like what you heard? There's mixed reviews.
It's Khaled.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I shout out to Khaled.
Yeah.
I definitely love his energy. I love how he puts he puts artists together
Yeah.
on good songs.
Yeah.
But I say this. I like the last one better than I like this one. That's just
Okay.
my opinion.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's
But
fair. That's fair.
But like I say, he definitely brings a different element to the game that where, how to put collabs together, how to put a song together.
Yeah.
Like, he's that guy.
Yeah, he is.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
he's got an ear for that. He's got what he's got, and I really feel this is true. He's got a vision.
Yes, he does.
And like I as an artist, back in the day when I had the topic in my head, right, and I knew what I wanted to write about, and I knew I could see me performing this. Maybe I had some anger. Maybe I was upset. Maybe I was going to fight somebody and I'm just going to let it out in this rhyme instead. That rhyme came out so easy and flowed. You know what I mean? And the times where I sat down like, damn, I got to get this verse done for this song with no vision, it was so much harder. And every line was like, really pulling it out of me to like write the next line. You know what I mean?
Because there was more feelings involved.
Right.
Right.
And a vision.
Right,
And
a
when
vision.
you have that vision, you can draw it out when you have a vision, And
Facts.
that's how these artists are, that paint and stuff.
Yeah.
They see the painting before you do.
Exactly.
And that's how they're putting it together. Bob Ross, shout out.
Oh yeah, shout out Bob Ross.
You know what I mean?
That's the man right
You
there,
know what
man.
I mean? Come on,
Yeah,
man.
He just make it look so easy too.
It's so easy,
Yeah.
So, and I imagine, like you were saying before, you were saying it's all up here.
It is.
And when you say that, you're telling me I hear it in my head. I just got to make it happen on this machine, you know? When you do that, real quick, when you have a certain vision in your head and a sound in your head, do you go back and forth between the platforms of what you make it on and go, you know what? Reasons would be better for what I'm thinking of right here. Does that happen to you, or it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. So whatever you just kind of have in front of you, you start making it on that. Gotcha.
Yeah, like, you know, and it's funny because sometimes, and this is where work, like going to work helps out. Because sometimes when you in front of the equipment,
Yes.
you're like, oh shit, what can I make? Whereas suppose when you at work, you think of an idea, you're like, yo, this sound ill, you know, boom, 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 and then you just grab the phone and you record the melody on the phone, so that way you don't lose that.
Yes.
So that be the process. So sometimes when you're away from your equipment, then the ideas just come, and then you just either jot them down or jot down the sample that you want, or just hum out
the melody.
Hum out the melody for the most part.
Yeah.
I find myself doing that a lot.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's tell the people real quick. It's on the screen already. DJ Static 222 on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's a good starting point for everybody to just go follow you and just see what you're up to, see all the latest updates, right? So go ahead right now. If you want to turn away real quick, go on Instagram, DJ Static 222. It's on the screen. Go follow him. Check out what he's doing. Stream all this new music he's got. And that's what I want to talk about next is new music. So we talked about the joint.
Yeah.
Still Love Me, right?
Love Me Still.
Love Me Still.
Love Me Still.
Let's talk about some other stuff. You talk about Redman. What else you got going on, man?
So I got a couple of artists I've been a fan of that I'm working with currently. Actually, I got let me make sure I got this right. I got a video. There's a video out. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out the name of it. Billion Man Rebellions.
Mm-hmm.
That's a group with my man CF and Don Teak. Some real like hip hop joint.
Okay.
I actually did the whole project, and that should be dropping soon. We actually got a video out called BMR1, so y'all can look that up. So I got that going. Also, I have an artist that I've been a fan of that I really like working with.
Okay.
Her name is Ty Phoenix, and she's actually about to drop her album soon in July called The Masters Program.
Okay.
And I got a song on there called Triggers that's about to drop really soon, and it's a really, really dope song.
You like it?
Like, yeah, it's when you hear it and you see the vision,
Yeah.
it's just dope. It's different. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about that different, like, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So yeah, that's gonna come out soon. So y'all look out for that. And I'm always posting stuff up on my story.
Okay.
Of what I'm working with. I'm also working with my brother Prime. He's also putting a collaboration album together, and I'm actually co-executive producer on that project as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think what else. Also, I'm also got a joint with Breeze Ever Flown. We got an EP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we united, and we're actually like, and the songs are done. We just gotta get them mixed and get the hooks done over.
Got you.
And that's just that. And then
that's dope.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff that I haven't mentioned yet.
Yeah.
Beat CD, not sure yet.
Okay.
You know,
like an official release, like here's.
Yeah, like I had one posted on my Instagram, but like I said, it was like a whole long mix, like a 50-minute mix of just like beats
going in and out of them.
And I may re-release that. I don't know. I'm still on the fence with that, and I don't know. I'm trying to think what else is out there.
Well, you said you was on the phone with Redman. You was doing something. He's one of my favorite MCs. We gotta talk about that.
Oh yeah. Well, there's a lot of that. Excuse me. Yeah. There's a lot of that going on, and yeah, man. We just been building, and also like, and what's crazy is like he actually respects my decision. Like one time he asked me what I thought about a song, and I actually gave him my honest criticism about it, and it was just like, yo, you know what? The fact that I was able to point that out to him, he was like, yo, you know, you're really a professional, like, you know what I'm saying?
There
like,
goes that ear again.
Yeah, it was just the ear, but it's just like, you know, speaking up for what you believe, like for the most part. Like when it comes to your art, you have to speak up for your art. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, I think that day when he told me that, I was just like, wow, that's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? So, I tell any producer, man, be honest with your artist, man. If it's not cutting it, it's not cutting it. If it's dope, it's dope.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But you definitely got to get that artist that's willing to listen to you too. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of artists that just like, oh, I know the perfect topic, and then just put it out, and then you're like, yo, man, shit's trash.
Right. Ain't it,
So
Chief?
yeah, so I always say, man, producers and artists, just please, when y'all do a song together, like, have that open communication.
Yeah.
Because it's very, very important. It
Yeah.
could make a song go like dope to like horrible.
Yeah, no, I agree. Now, when it comes to that, and it's actually a question I wanted to ask you, getting very popular is, I think it's called Airbit, where their producers are going on there, putting their beats up there, and their beats are getting leased out by just whoever. As long as they got $50, they could lease the beat type of deal and use it. What's your take on sites like that and that sort of wave that's happening right now?
Well, I mean, I don't knock it. I don't knock it because, like, at the end of the day, you want to showcase your talent somehow, some way.
Sure.
So having that platform really helps. Especially for like young producers coming up in the game, and as well as like others. So I think it's a good hub for artists and producers to meet.
Okay.
Without like meeting in person.
Right,
you know
right,
what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, as far as leasing beats for $50 and everything, like, I don't know. I kind of looked at it kind of funny to me in the sense that, okay, cool, yeah, so you have 7, 10, 12, 15 people
With the same track.
with the same tracks.
Yeah.
And then say, like, if someone big wants to use it, it's like, and they hear, like, 7, 10, 15 people on it, it kind of decreases the value of your work.
Right.
That's just me. That's my thought.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's like the downside to, like, that situation, because it's like, a lot of artists like exclusive stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's like so when they go online and they see those beats on there and say $50, like, it's cool. I think for me, if I were to do that, it would probably be beats that I could give two shits about.
Right.
Honestly.
Right. Hey,
And
it made me $50.
if
Great.
it made me $50, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the exclusivity is like what really matters for
Gotcha.
me. Like, if I give this person this beat, that's your song.
Sure.
So that's the way I look at it.
Got you. No, it's a great take on it. And then, kind of related to that, I feel like it's kind of making a comeback where the producers like yourself are actually self-promoting, and they're promoting, their sound, their music, who they've worked with, in an effort to get more.
Right.
Of course, that's what the name of the game is. I feel like that went away for a while. And I feel like, being an older cat and listening to the same joints as you back in the day, like when Puffy was out and doing his thing, he got clowned for being the producer engineer that was also in the video.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it was genius marketing. You know what I mean?
Well, people, I think how people are. People going to clown the shit that don't make sense to them till they see it working, and then everybody wants to join.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, we've been seeing that through history. Like, I'm gonna do my thing here. Y'all this whole crowd may laugh at this person, but he's on to something.
He's on to something. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So what I'm getting at is, how do you feel about, how important is it for a producer like yourself that, you're working with legends like that we all love? What's your take on producers and promoting themselves, and how do you think that should be done? Like, what's the appropriate way for a producer to promote himself?
There's no appropriate way.
Okay.
There isn't. Whatever you have to do to get your sound out there, I mean, as long as it doesn't consider any violence or you degrading women,
Sure.
go for it.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's style is different. You know what I'm saying? Like what way work for me may not work for you or the next person.
Sure.
So like when it comes to like a producer trying to put his sound out there, be creative, think about it, like put it together right, and just showcase.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And be consistent.
And be
right?
consistent.
Yeah.
The two key things is focus, consistency, and well, actually more than that, but like determination. And it's like,
Yeah.
like sometimes you got to have that tunnel vision. Like you got to block a lot of this naysayers, all that other shit out the way, and just
Right.
be like, this is my focus, and that's it.
Right.
And you're gonna have to make sacrifices too.
Yes,
You know
yes.
what I mean? So, like I tell every producer, man, do what works for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So there's no right way of doing something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's the way I look at it.
Got you. So kind of like guerrilla warfare, man. If it's gonna work, you get it in.
Yeah, man. A lot of you don't know
Kill
it,
none, let none die.
exactly, but I think you know what it is. Sometimes a lot of things don't require too much thought. People put too much thought in things that don't really need too much thought. Just do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep. And like the way that we met, I think it is a good idea for producers up and coming and otherwise to do a producer synergy, to
Yes.
do a producer showcase,
Totally.
to go down to Atlanta and the I forget what it's called right now, but you know Drawzilla does it down with what's his face?
With
down
J Hatch.
Yeah, J.
Oh, I stand it.
I stand it. You know what I mean? Like all
Shout out
that,
to I stand it.
Yeah, man. All that
Yeah.
stuff. That's great platforms to like network.
Listen, it's if it's a thing where it's gonna benefit you more than you know
Sitting in
anything.
your basement with your beats.
Yeah, you know, it's like someone said it the best. It's like at the end of the day, your beats sitting on your hard drive is not doing anything for you. It's just sitting there.
Right.
And you got to put it out there.
It's got to be played.
Yeah, it got to be played.
Yeah.
Because me saying something is whack of mine, I could play for somebody and say, "Yo, this is it."
Fire.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
Yes. Absolutely.
So I don't know, man. I tell people at the end of the day, just don't overthink it. Just do it, and once you do it, it just becomes easier and easier, and you find more ways of doing things.
Yep.
You know, so that's what it is. You're the person that's holding yourself back at the end of the day. It doesn't take a rocket scientist, like you know. Like I never met one producer say, "Yo, so yeah, I went through this, I did this, and this got me here," and then 5 other people did the same thing and got the same results.
Right.
Nah, I haven't seen that. So,
Right.
but you know,
Right.
everybody to each his own. You know.
Yeah, no, it takes a lot of hard work, man. It really
It does.
It
It
really
does.
And I agree with you that if you were gonna put 2 things at the top of the list that are most important, it would be consistency and focus.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because one, you know, and maybe that's a great question. When it comes to consistency and your production, can it be a detriment to the point where now all your beats sound the same?
Well, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
What are you listening to? Like at the end of the day, it's like, what are you listening to? And for me, and I could attest to this, I could say this for me.
Okay.
Whatever I make an hour ago is
Yeah.
not going to sound like what I made 2 hours later.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like for me, I'm all about like having range.
Sure.
Like I don't like to be put in a box.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if I make a trap joint, it's gonna sound like a trap joint that has my signature. If I make a reggae joint, it's gonna have a reggae joint with my signature. You know what I mean? So like for me, I make sure whatever I make doesn't sound like what I made an hour ago. That's just my rule of how I work.
Let me just give you an example. I'm just gonna randomly pick something on this man's Instagram.
The motherfucker respect me around here. Remember that.
Everything is so deep, bro, with you. The tones, like it's heavy. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Maybe heavy's a better,
Yeah.
you know, than deep. Heavy.
Fuck you.
You got somebody in mind for this joint? No, this is fire, bro. All right, I'm randomly, y'all, just going through his Instagram.
Oh yeah, some gospel joint.
This dude, man.
So I can tell
Woo! Let's go. He makes me smile, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. This guy makes me smile, bro. Just fire, bro. That's great work, man.
Yo, thank you, brother.
It's just, you know, I wanted to do that because you had said that, and I was going, you know, I cheated a little bit, but you know, and I'm always listening to his Instagram, but when you said that, I'm like, he ain't lying either. Like his Instagram's all different, and I was like, I'm gonna prove it to him right now, and we just proved it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's
yeah.
great, bro. That is
Yeah.
so great.
Thank you, man.
You deserve all the accolades that you have gotten, and the future ones that you're gonna get. You deserve it all, brother.
Yeah.
I love the sound. I love the personality behind the person.
Thank you. Appreciate you, man.
This dude is super humble, man. He does not have to be sitting here in a home studio recording this with Voice of the Valley, but you know he's here, and I think it's a testament to what you were saying too. By all means, get yourself out there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And this is just another great platform to come on and let people see you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm really happy that you stopped by, bro. I just have one more question for you because it's my favorite question that I ask all the Voice of the Valley people.
Okay.
Now, you've done a lot of stuff and you've been touring, so I really need you to think about this. But when was the first time that you were almost overwhelmed or felt like a star?
Okay.
Yeah. I love this question, bro. Because I know it's happened to you, because it had to have.
Well, okay, so there was one situation where I was DJing for Breeze in Stronghold.
Okay.
First time I ever rocked the show.
Okay.
And, you know, I was DJing, you know, I was all about the tricks and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I remember it was at Club Speed. So I'm showing my age just talking about this, but so then I had this Rakim song, damn, what's the song? Came to the door. Why am I forgetting the days of these classic songs? Like
Microphone Fiend?
Nah, it wasn't Microphone Fiend. It was like, it was this famous song. Like, basically, he was saying, I came to the door, I said it before. Why? I can't remember the name of that song. The title. I remember the song. Whatever the case may be. So, fast forward. So, I had, it was a winter day. I had like a North Face on. Mm-hmm. And I was DJing. And it came to a part where I was like taking off my coat. Mm-hmm. So I started like DJing, taking off my coat. And I started taking off my coat. I was DJing. And then the crowd was looking at me crazy like, yo! You know what I'm saying? So this is the first time I'm DJing for like Stronghold and Blazing them. Yeah. And they seeing this, like I'm actually doing this. And they're like, wow.
Yeah.
So me having that opening set to get them on it, when they saw that, it was just like, wow. And I think that day was like, yo, you can't quit.
Right. You
know
got to keep going.
So every time I even have a thought
yeah.
of wanting to quit,
yeah.
I think back to those times when I first said, you know what, I must do this.
Because
there was a lot of practice behind that. You know what I'm saying?
Go.
I was able to show it to like people that I've never met in my life.
Got you.
So I think after that response from that, it just kept me going.
Got you.
Yeah, it kept me going.
That's what's up, man. I asked that question because no matter who's sitting in front of me, they all do the same thing. They smile, they recollect, and they tell me this great story, and I love it. I love it.
That's a good question, man.
I hope all the people enjoy it as well. Static, man. So the way they can support you is A, going and following you right now.
Right.
B, download, stream, purchase any
repost.
music. Yeah, repost, share.
You know what I'm saying? And and not for nothing too, encouraging words help too. Like,
yeah, man.
If you on the page, you like what you hear. If the music did something to you or something, like like comment on it, post it.
Yeah.
You know, so I read the comments. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm not one of those bougie dudes. And one thing I will say, and I'm gonna say this because even like we say this on tour. If an artist don't want to reach out to their fans, then that's not an artist you want to support.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you bought his records and then he can't like stop and say, "Hey, I'll sign something for you,"
or give you a pound.
I'll give you a pound or acknowledge you.
Yeah.
That's not who you want to be supporting.
Right. No matter how dope they are.
No matter how dope they are.
Yeah. No, I agree. And me being a people person and finally TV being about the people, we couldn't agree with you more, brother.
Yeah, man.
And it's funny too because you'll even get local artists, sorry guys, that get like a little bougie about stuff, and it's like, dog.
Listen, man. I always say, man, it's one thing you don't want to be is an asshole in the game.
Right, man. Don't be known as that dude.
And it doesn't cost much to show love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It doesn't. It's like why not?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. It might cost you a little time, but you're going to meet new people. Networking is always a great thing,
Facts.
And I know we all only have a limited amount of time, but let's spend it together, building, doing things, and
facts. That's why for me, like I have no issue. Actually, I did a joint on Eddie James beat CD, the Nobody Cares Part 2. Shout out to Eddie James, and me and him, we collabed on 2 joints on there, and it was just dope just to collab with another producer.
Sure.
And and that's dope, just to network and like. kind of like jazz artists. Like when jazz artists did like
Yeah.
albums where,
Yeah.
okay, fine, I'll come play drums on your
Yeah.
record. You
Yeah.
come play horns on my
Yeah.
record. Like it was kind of like that kind of
Yeah.
vibe, and you know, it should go back to that as well. Like you know, producers collaborating with other producers, and you know, and just make sure that the business is right. You know, split. For me, I split everything straight down the line.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know, shout out to every producer that I follow on Instagram, and also all the producers all over the world that's like trying to strive to become great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
Continue that.
Yes, and don't give up on your shit. Just I don't have people telling me my shit was whack. I'm you know, and I'm like, yo, okay, cool. I'm just gonna keep pushing because I'm gonna be dope someday.
That's it. They were wrong, by the way. So, what we're going to do here, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to sign off. I'm going to leave you with yet one more of these just random tracks on here because I'm sure whatever I put up is going to be pretty flavor. Static, man, it's been a pleasure with you. And I just need this one to play. You know, the internet acts funny sometimes.
It does.
But here we go. Static, man, it's dope. I definitely want you to come back. If you need to promote anything,
Yeah.
you know, let's do it. Let's jump on the platform and let's talk about it. You know what I mean?
Well, I think the next, well, whatever project comes next, I'll like coordinate with you and have the artists come here with me as well, and then we could just build and
Yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean?
I would love that. I would love that. Salute to you for coming out, bro.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate
man,
it.
Anytime. Make sure you go follow him. He is DJ Static 222 on Instagram. Follow him. You'll see all the new works coming. You'll hear some more fire like this. It is Voice of the Valley, DJ Static, Gabriel. We out of here, baby. One.
Finally TV. That's it.
That's it.
Who the fuck is this?
Who the fuck is this nigga, bro?
DJ Static.
Yeah, that one's dope, too.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
No problem, bro.
Yeah, man, that was a dope interview, man. Definitely enjoyed myself, man.
That's dope, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I'm sure it's gonna do well. We talked for 52 minutes. It didn't seem that long, but when you're having a good conversation,
Mhm.
that's what happens. You know what I mean? Oh, Eric B for president.
Eric B for president. That's what it was called.
Dude,
Like,
that's
yo,
what-
I'm people gonna clown me on that one. They're gonna be like, yo, what?